What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Brian Mello with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and today we finally get a chance to look at this beautiful 2022 refreshed Sierra 1500 AT4. If you're new to the channel, or maybe you're just coming back for more, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for fresh General Motors related news and content every single week. Now let's get into it. All right, so after months and months of waiting, I finally have a refreshed 2022 Sierra AT4 in front of me, and I am excited to give you all the first look at it. Now, as with most of my videos, what we're going to do is give you a quick walk around the exterior of the truck, show you some of the highlighted features there, and then, of course, once we're done, we'll dive inside and show you what goes on inside as well. But just to kick things off, here's a quick look at your key fob. You can see you've got your lock, your unlock, your remote start, drop the tailgate, our panic button, and then, of course, you get your GMC logo on the back. I'm going to throw that in my pocket. What a beautiful truck. Of course, the first thing you're all going to notice is the revised headlight design. And if we go in quick, I'm going to show you some of just the cool features that I like about this thing. Just attention to detail. The black housing makes a huge difference. And then you can see if we get up close, you can see we've got the Sierra written here in the headlight, and then we've got GMC between these two chrome slats in the headlight as well. Just a really good look. And if you have a current generation Sierra now, you'll just notice the LEDs are just a lot brighter. It's just a better quality LED lighting. Now down low, of course, this is an AT4, so we've got those red tow recovery hooks. We've got our new square fog lights, and even though they're tiny, they're super, super bright. We tested this thing out at night last night in comparison to my 18, and it was quite a difference. So definitely an improvement there. These little slots that you see on the side, those are the air dams. I know it's kind of a controversial design feature, but they are functional and supposedly increase your MPG, so not necessarily something to be too upset about. We've got the AT4 grille with that kind of black chrome finish. And then as we go around the side of the truck, we're gonna get a look at our 18-inch wheels, and those are wrapped in 275 wide Goodyear Wrangler Duratrac tires. So nice off-road tire there. It's definitely not gonna give you any issues if you're gonna take this thing out on the beach, or if you're like me in New England and you're gonna be dealing with some snow or some sleet, no problem whatsoever. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna go, why aren't they 20s? Well, this truck was spec'd out to be one of the less expensive AT4s. So this thing actually only has an MSRP, I say only, of $66,400 and change. I'll give you a look at the window sticker in just a second. It's actually a really good option if you're tossing up the idea between this or an AT4X, and you're not sure if you want to justify that extra $10,000-ish or more spend. Considering the AT4X, you're looking at about $75,000 starting point. So this, I think, is a really great spec if you're not going to use the lockers and you don't care about suede headliners or massaging seats or any of that other stuff. You just kind of want that 2-inch factory lift. You want a little bit of that off-road capability, but you don't want to go crazy and, you know, $75,000 truck after tax, everything else, kind of nuts. We did spec this thing out with the 6.2-liter V8 under the hood, which I think is nice. However, if it were me, one of the benefits, again, of going AT4 instead of the AT4X is you do have the capability of getting that 3-liter Duramax turbo diesel, which I think is my favorite engine right now. Of course, this is a crew cab. It's finished in Summit White. We've got these black off-road steps that we had installed yesterday, and they kind of got a they've almost got like a spray and bedliner feel to them, so you will have some traction. You're not going to slip off and smash your ankle or smash your shin, whatever the case may be. I'm sure most of us have been there before. As we go around the back of the truck, you can see we've got our power sliding rear window. We've got our multi-pro tailgate, easy step rear bumper. We've got our dual exit exhaust. I swear I can talk. Trailer tow package is all set up here. You can see we've got both plugs. We've got your trailer hitch, our multi-pro tailgate. You can see we've got our backup camera, and I'm just gonna drop this down really quick. You can see we've got our factory spray and bed liner. We've got 12 tie-down hooks back here with room, of course, for expansion. That's what those little slots are there. We do have a full power outlet. LED bed lighting as well. I don't know if I can show you on camera. There you go. And I do like, once again, just like the little attention to detail stuff like AT4 embossed right there in the bed. Things they don't really have to do, but, you know, I appreciate that kind of stuff. Of course, you do have your multi-pro tailgate. I'm sure most of us have seen how this thing functions by now. So that's it in step mode. I am going to do a video showing all the configurations and what you can actually use, like real-world cases for this thing, but we'll save that for another video. I'm just going to put this thing back up. All right. And just give you this nice little angled view of the truck. She is a beaut. Now let's take a look at the window sticker. I am shooting this thing in 4K, so hopefully if you're watching on PC, you should be able to pause the video right now and see everything on this window sticker. But I'll show you just some of the stuff real quick. So you can see standard vehicle price here, $60,400. See, we added the 6.2, the AT4 preferred package. Come on, focus in. She's struggling. Total vehicle price, $66,410. So not bad, and if you went with the 3-liter instead of that 6.2, you're gonna save another $1,500 off of that. I really think this truck is a steal for what you're gonna get. Inside, block out the sun a little bit, you get our first look at our jet black leather interior with Kalahari inserts. I do know that on video, sometimes the leather interior looks kind of like green or like a blue tint to it. Believe me when I tell you that it's very black. It is dark, looks beautiful. See, we've got our 10-quart storage compartments. That's on the back of both seats. You've also got your drop-down section in the middle, doubles your armrest that doubles as a cup holder. Hopefully the kids don't spill too many things back here in your nice new truck. Underneath the back seat, you do have a little storage organizer tray here, which is great. If you hit the brakes in your truck, everything's not gonna come screaming out from underneath the seat. If you've been driving a pickup truck for a while, I think we've all been there. Great place to throw jumper cables, medical kit, anything like that. Throw it under here, don't worry about it anymore. Air compressor, stuff like that. Obviously, I'm talking small air compressor. I do want to highlight real quick these floor mats. I'm a huge fan of these. So you have your all-weather, these are rubberized, but you also have these carpets. And if you're gonna go wild, you can remove the carpets so you're not destroying them. So maybe you're taking the kids and the dogs to the beach, just do yourself a favor, pull the carpets right out. That way it's a lot easier to clean up at the end of your little adventure. You're not destroying your carpets in your $60,000 truck. You do have heated seats back here. We've got a USB-C, a USB port, and of course, your vents back here as well. Truck is a little dusty, just like I said, it just came off the truck yesterday, has not been to the detail shop yet to be cleaned, and it is a sold unit. I believe actually one of my subscribers got this thing from that video that I had posted. Don't buy a new Sierra until you see this. So congratulations to him picking this up, I believe, early next week. So let's jump inside this thing. All right, so I just wanted to move the vehicle really quickly so we get a better look at this interior. I am gonna go through this thing relatively quickly. However, at the end of the video, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, by all means, drop a comment down below and I will do my best to answer all of those questions that you guys have. So let's get right into this thing. Starting over here on the left side, you can see we've got our memory seat buttons here. We've got our power door locks. We've got our power mirrors and power windows. You also see we've got a new AT4 badge here on the door, which I'm a big fan of. Starting up on the front of the dash, you can see we've got our 4-wheel drive controls with mode selector. We've got our headlight controls, gauge cluster brightness controls, spotlight over the bed. We've got our parking brake right here. And this little slot that everyone always asks in every GM vehicle, it's just a card slot. Let's say you had like a Dunkin' Donuts gift card. You're always going to the drive-thru and using it. You just leave that there, or maybe a parking pass for the garage that you go to. You could leave that there, whatever the case may be. I do want to notate this brushed aluminum that we have that kind of runs through the truck. It looks awesome, and it's kind of one of those details that you didn't really see in a lot of the promotional photos that GM was putting out. It just looks beautiful. Huge fan. Don't mind me. AT4, my favorite trim model that GMC has to offer. Yes, even over the Denali. Up on the steering wheel, we've got our cruise controls. Over here on the left, we've got our forward collision alert. We've got our heated steering wheel. We do have paddle shifters now. You can see that on the left side and the right, so downshift, positive, obviously upshift. Right side of the steering wheel, you can see we've got our Bluetooth hands-free controls. And as I scroll this, you're gonna see me go through kind of some different options here, different views. The 12.3-inch full digital cluster is completely customizable to you. I'm gonna do another video on how you go through and do all that. I won't torture you with that now, but definitely cool that you can customize this. And I'm sure we're gonna see even more customizable features with the over-the-air updates that I'm sure are going to be coming in the future. Now let's go over to what everybody wants to talk about, and that is the 13.4-inch full color HD touch display. Now this thing, if you saw the elevation video that I did, it's a little bit different of a layout than the 2022 refreshed elevation. In fact, I'll leave a link to that video up here as well as in the description below. You guys should definitely check that out because it's a totally different configuration than what we're looking at right here. So we've got a 13.4-inch display. I have to say, one of my favorite things about this is the fact that you can split the screen and have two different applications open. So you can see I have my music here on the left, and then I'm actually navigating to Bark Barbecue over here on the right. New barbecue joint that just moved in. So really cool. You can always switch through here if you wanted your trailer status, if you wanted to just have the analog clock up, whatever the case may be. It is really nice that you have that ability to split the screen into two. You can see it's still staying open for me there. We have our Google Assistant, you have your Apple CarPlay, you have your Android Auto that you can do in here. You can set up your My GMC app so everything's linked in and connected. So maybe you need service, you can set that up and schedule service right through here as well. You've got your 4G LTE Wi-Fi. You can use your climate control settings all through here. However, I am very happy that, I'll turn them on, it's just gonna be real loud. I am very happy that we have not lost analog controls. It's just, I don't know about anyone else, a touchscreen's great, but I like to just be able to spin a knob and change my, how hot it is or how cool it is inside my truck. It's just one of those things that I'm glad they kept around. The power button and volume button knob is here as opposed to down here on, say, the elevation. And I probably didn't say it, but you do have your volume controls on the back side of the steering wheel as well. You can see I'm tapping those now and bringing the volume up or down. So down here we've got our start button. We've got our heated seats, ventilated seats, all our climate controls here. I don't think we need to go over those. We all know how to use that stuff by now. We've got our lane departure warning, auto start and stop button right here, so you can disable that if you don't like it like me. Drop the tailgate. We've got our hazards, traction control, hill descent control. We do have a little rubberized tray down here. We've got our electronic shifter that seems to be another controversial new item. Not really sure why. Works fine. I have no complaints with it. It does clean up the dash. So now if I'm looking at my screen, I don't have a column shifter kind of obscuring my view at all. In fact, if I sit back and look, it's almost just complete screen for the entire vision, which is just kind of nice. So if you need to go into drive, you just hit this button. We're in drive. Cool. Need to go into reverse, hit this button, up into reverse, and you need to go into park, hit park. Pretty simple. Trailer brake controller is right here. I think this is a much better place than where it usually is, like down here on the dash. Got our cup holders. Hopefully you guys can see, but we do have a USB-C and a USB port here as far as places to plug in. And the wireless charging dock is right here. So just drop your phone. As long as it's got a conductive back, it will charge wirelessly. As we jump inside, if you don't have a wireless charging phone, you can plug in right here and just go this way with it, and you're not going to be crushing the cable with the lid to the console. You do have a full power outlet here. Little organization tray. I believe that's a wheel lock down there. You can just get a better look at that jet black leather interior with the Kalahari inserts. I know on video a lot of times the leather comes up like a blue tint or like a greenish tint with the white balance on the camera, but I assure you it is a dark black leather with that Kalahari insert. Now they streamlined the old trucks. The glove boxes are very 90s, so very, very 90s. So they streamlined this. You can see we've got our upper glove box now, and we still have our lower glove box, of course. We do have Bose audio in this truck. And if we look up above us, you can see overhead we've got programmable garage door openers. We've got the controls for our power sliding rear window. We've got our OnStar buttons, our interior LED lighting, and then, of course, we've got our power moonroof in this as well. And that, my good friends, I know, like I said, I ran through this relatively quickly. These videos can get really, really long. I know I try and just give you all the information that I think you'll need to know the most or that you'll care about the most. Once again, leave a comment down below if I did not show you something that you really wanted to see, and I will try and do that before this thing goes to its new home later on next week. As always, I want to thank you all for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I can't believe I finally hit 50,000 subscribers. Definitely a milestone for me. If you're looking for a new truck and you are worried about pricing, all these guys that are charging over MSRP, don't forget my dealership, Marty's Buick GMC or Marty's Chevrolet. Never will you ever pay over MSRP. We never marked our vehicles up. We don't plan to ever mark our vehicles up. We just want to give you great prices and great service.